Today's lesson, we are going to look at addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions. Okay, so I want you to recall how we used to add and subtract fractions from way back, I think primary. You recall that when you are adding or subtracting fractions, you first start by looking for the common denominator. Okay, and that's exactly the same way we are going to deal with the algebraic fractions. In this example, we have a question which came in 2019, paper 2 GCE. Okay, so express 6 over n minus 3 minus 5 over n minus 2 as a single fraction in its simplest form. So you can see here that we are adding the two fractions. We are actually subtracting the two fractions, okay? We see that we have a minus, so we are subtracting. So, like I said, we are going to start by looking for the common denominator. Okay, so we have n minus 3 minus 5 n minus 2. So this is a denominator for this fraction. This is the denominator for this fraction. So to find the common denominator, since these two denominators have a variable which is n, so because of that, what we are going to simply do is to just get the same denominators and then multiply them. Okay, we show that we have to multiply these two denominators when you write them in the brackets. So this has to be multiplied with this one to find the common denominator. But however, we are not going to expand this. No, you just write it the way it is. Okay, so you write n minus 3 in the brackets, n minus 2 in the brackets. Then after that, you now start dividing the same way we used to divide normal fractions, okay, numerical fractions. We are going to also do the same to algebraic fractions. Okay, so we are going to say n minus 3 into n minus 3 and n minus 2. So this n minus 3, it will cancel with this n minus 3, meaning you are going to have n minus 2, which is supposed to be multiplied with this one. Okay, so I'll write 6, then in the brackets I'll write n minus 2 like this. Okay, so this is how you divide. Or some people say you have to first cross multiply. Yes, you can think of that concept where you have to cross multiply 6 times this n minus 2, 5 times n minus 3. But remember, we are subtracting fractions. This is not an equation, so it will be not right for us to show that we have to cross multiply when this is not an equation. Okay, but it can be done in a similar way, because you can see 6 is being multiplied to this n minus 2 we have written there. So next it will be 5 times n minus 3, but remember that we have a minus, so it will be minus 5. Okay, then it will be n minus 3. So if you really understand what has happened there, then you will not have a problem even when you are saying we have to cross multiply. But bearing in mind that we are adding the fractions and this is not an equation. So it will be 6 times n minus 2 and negative 5 times n minus 3, like this. Okay, when you cross multiply like this. Okay, so that's what we are doing there. So now that we have managed to multiply, we are simply going to we can now multiply so that we get rid of those brackets. So we are going to have, so 6 times n, it will just be 6n minus 6 times negative 2, it will just be negative 12. Then we go to this one, negative 5 times n, this will give us negative 5n. negative 5 times negative 3, this will give us positive what? 15. Remember that each time when you are multiplying two negative numbers, the sign changes. Negative 5 times negative 3, it will be positive 15. Then everything over the common denominator, which is n minus 3, you close, n minus 2, you close. Okay. Now at this stage, we have to now group the like terms, because we can't subtract 6n minus 12 to be wrong. So let's group the terms. So I have 6n, the other term with the n, it is negative 5n. Okay, that's all. Then we go to the constants. So with the constants, we have negative 12 plus 15. Okay, wonderful. Then everything over n minus what? 3. Okay, n minus 2. All right, so we are almost done. So now 6n minus 5n, 6n minus 5n, it will just be n. Okay, then negative 12 plus 15, different signs, you do what? You subtract. Get the sign from the bigger number. So negative 12 plus 15, the answer will be positive 3. Then you write everything over the denominator, so it will be n minus 3, okay, and n minus 2. So this is our final answer. Okay, we can't simplify this further, so our answer was just n plus 3 over n minus 3 in the brackets, n minus 2 in the brackets.